everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review for Rose Under Fire by Elizabeth Wein. So this book is the second book in the Codename Verity companion duology, but you don't have to have read this book in order to watch this review because I won't be spoiling either of these books since they don't continue, like, they're not following the same characters and all that. They're just connected by one character who carries over, but it's not in a spoilery way, if that makes any sense. Yeah, let's just get into the review. So this book follows Rose Justice, who is an American ATA pilot who was ferrying a plane to France when she is captured by the Nazis and is sent to the notorious women's working camp Ravensbrück. And there she meets this group of women, and it's basically about her fight to survive in this concentration camp. The writing of this book, I was really surprised that I loved it so much because I loved the writing of Codename Verity, but I didn't think that I would like this one as much because I didn't think that it would be able to do what Codename Verity does, and it does because Codename Verity is written in such a unique way and it really makes the story super cool, and this one was also written in a great way. She was able to use writing as like a plot advancer but also like part of the book. I don't even know how to explain it, but she did it with Codename Verity and she did it again with this book, and in both of them it is awesome. It just works out beautifully. So this one is written like journals, so it's her writing telling her story, and I think that it worked so well to make the story seem really realistic, and I felt like I was reading about an actual woman who was telling her real story. This book also had poetry in it because Rose is an amateur poet, so there were a bunch of poems scattered throughout this book, and the poems were beautiful, and they just took the story to the next level and just made it absolutely incredible. The characters in this book I really loved. There are a lot of characters in this book, so it's really hard to go through all of them. So I'm just going to focus on Rose. I loved Rose. I thought that she was an amazing, beautiful character, and her reaction to her situation was really realistic, and I think that her voice worked really well to tell this story. I really found her to be a very strong female lead. And I loved the woman that she met in the camp. This book is really different from Codename Verity because there are a lot more characters, but it is really just as impactful of a story. I loved that she met all the Polish girls and hearing about like their struggles and everything. I really loved hearing about that. I felt like it was really interesting, and they were characters that added a lot to the story. I listened to this on audiobook, so all the characters had different accents and stuff, so I felt like each character had their own unique voice, and it worked really well. I really loved the plot of this book and the fact that it followed a different women's experience in World War II than Codename Verity. And I really loved, like I said, the rabbits and their symbolism, and I loved the fact that it told the story in a really realistic way, that without much embellishment, because it is a true story. I mean, it's not like an exact true story, but these are actual things that happened, so I think telling it without a lot of embellishment really worked well to kind of spread the message of the story, and it painted a really realistic portrait of the time period and the struggles that women went through in that time. And death is such a huge theme in this book, and it was introduced really early on in a really interesting way, which I really loved. I just thought that the overall plot and the connections between this one and Codename Verity were really, really well done. So overall, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I adore this companion duology. I think it is fabulous, and you just need to read it because it is honestly amazing. So yeah, that's going to be all for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!